Just a brief agenda of what we're going to be talking about today. We'll do a welcome and then introductions to your presenters. We'll do a bit of an overview about LodgeLink. We'll do some highlights of the new platform. Then there'll be a demo walkthrough, and we'll answer any questions you might have at the very end. Introducing your presenters today are the customer success team. We've got Carla Jones and Jose Monroy. Carla Jones is the customer success manager here at LodgeLink. She's responsible for onboarding customers to the platform and ensuring a positive customer experience. Carla combines more than 15 years of customer service and modular accommodation experience, and she has her supply management diploma as well as a management certificate from SAIT. Fun fact about Carla, she enjoys gardening and taking her dog on new adventures.
Thank you, Stephanie. Hello, everyone.
Jose Monroy is the customer success representative here at LodgeLink. His responsibilities include onboarding, training, and educating clients on the platform. Prior to joining LodgeLink, Jose was a business development representative at Vidyard and loyalty program coordinator at Home Hardware. Fun fact about Jose, he can speak, read, and write fluently in Spanish.
Buenos dias, everyone. Thank you all for taking the time to join us today.
Hello there. So for this webinar, we are going to walk through the new LodgeLink platform and highlight the key features. So our purpose here today is to educate and power your potential on one convenient platform. This wheel illustrates the LodgeLink advantage, so you can search, select, book, stay, pay, and report all within the same application. With regard to searching made simple, our goal is to get you closer to your project work sites, keeping you and your crew safe and happy. Jose will elaborate during the demo on the different various ways to search. With regard to collaborating together, any upcoming projects or bids you need pricing on, simply search the area for the best available rate. Alternatively, you can reach out directly for project-specific quotes. We're happy to help out. Also, if you have a specific property that you would like to join LodgeLink, please let us know, and we're happy to reach out to them to get them to join the platform. So you may book at their property as well. With regard to discounted room rates, our supply team works with properties to negotiate the best available rates, and we use our group buying power to ensure we get the best pricing for you. With regard to streamlining paperwork, this includes setting up vendors, paying suppliers, processing invoices, and expense accounts. Booking through LodgeLink helps you to provide significant cost savings within your organization because we handle all that paperwork for you. With regard to reporting, we offer customized reporting for your projects, whether it be by project, cost tracking code, location, guest, or subcontractor. So, LodgeLink is on the grow. We have 700 plus properties consisting of hotels and lodges throughout Canada and the US. The visual you're seeing right now represents the potential to stay at 700 properties and receive one streamlined invoice. With regard to platform highlights, we are very happy to now offer LodgeLink on any device. Screen size adjusts to any monitor type, whether it's a desktop, laptop, iPad, or any smartphone. We have you covered. Another platform highlight that we're happy to offer is a new interactive map experience. This will enhance your searching, and Jose will go through that momentarily on our live site. The last platform highlight we wanted to talk about today was we offer a convenient new dashboard. This acts as your home base when you log into your LodgeLink account. This makes it easier to review and change any account details or booking specifics. Now, on to Jose, and he will walk you through our website in a demo.
Welcome to LodgeLink, everyone. This is Jose, and today I'm going to be walking you through the new platform. As you can see, I'm on the home page, and the new website has an entirely new look and feel in comparison to our previous site. Now you'll notice directly off of our home site, you can begin to search for accommodations, and you can search for accommodations in a number of ways. You can start to search by using the location. You can search by brand, property, point of interest, such as an airport or a drilling rig. You can also try and search by coordinates, LSD, NTS, unique well identifier, or you can simply just type in an address and search that way. Now, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to be walking us through a mock booking, and I'm going to assume I need accommodations in and around the Fox Creek area. And let's say I need approximately 2 weeks worth of accommodations, and I have about 6 guests that I need rooms for. So I just go ahead and click search, and the system has populated all the properties in and around Fox Creek. You'll notice on the left-hand side here, as I scroll up and down, I have the opportunity to compare properties based on price so I can get the best value for my cruise. Additionally, I can further refine my search by clicking into this filters tab up here, and I can search by hotels, lodges. I can also refine my search by distance or proximity to my initial search. This is particularly useful for any organizations that have requirements in terms of distance or travel time to and from job site to accommodation. As well, I can refine my search by price range, or I can search by applying these amenity filters. So in my case, I need a property with wireless internet as well as large truck parking. I'm just going to go ahead and click on Update Map. And there we go. All the properties that satisfy that criteria have been populated. Now, I can further refine my search by adding different layers to the map. And I can add in layers such as point of interest, such as airports, project sites, drilling rigs. Additionally, I can apply to what is called the detailed layer map. Now, the detailed layer map allows us to see industry backroads that wouldn't normally be visible from an over-the-counter application such as Google Maps. So you can rest assured that with this detailed layer map, your crews have the proper directions to get to where they need to be. As well, as I zoom in further into the detailed map, you'll notice that it actually takes me to the individual wellheads. So once again, you can rest assured knowing that you are getting the best accommodation that is within the closest proximity to your crew if that is what you're looking for. Now, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to go and zoom back out and go into Fox Creek. And I'm going to, once again, you can shop around for properties by clicking onto this icon, onto these icons here, comparing prices. For this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and click on the Comfort Inn and Suites Fox Creek. I'm now taken to the property page. Now within the property page, I have the power to take a look at property photos. I can also take a look at a property description. I can see a larger list of amenities within this accommodation property. I can also take a look at a map. And at the very bottom, I can see similar listings nearby, once again allowing me to shop around and ensuring that I get the best value for my crews and I get the best accommodations for their requirements. Now, once I've selected a property, I simply just have to specify how many rooms I'd like. In this case, there's only one style of room, which is just a standard room with a capacity of 2. Since I have 6 guests, I'm going to go ahead and book 6 rooms. When you are selecting the number of rooms that you require, please make sure that your capacity is either equal to or greater than the number of guests. Otherwise, the system won't allow you to move forward with your reservation. Now that I've selected my rooms, I'm just going to go ahead and click Book Now. Perfect. And I am now taken to the guest information page. Within the guest information page, I have the option to just add in guest details by filling out this form like so. I also have the option to toggle a guest as a supervisor, and a crew supervisor can edit or cancel any reservations and can cancel reservations that they are a part of as well as edit guest lists. If I do toggle someone in as a supervisor, however, I do have to enter a phone number and an email address so that we can get in touch with them in the case of an emergency. I can also toggle in a guest as being a night shift worker. This allows the accommodation provider to put them in a room where they might have a quieter area so that as they're coming in and out from their night shift, they're not disturbing other guests and vice versa for people that are working the day shift. I can also select someone to be sharing a room. If I do select this option, please make sure that you fill in the room pairing requests. Otherwise, the accommodation provider will just randomly assign rooming requests or rooming pairings. I can also add in guests from what we call the crew list. And the crew list is just a preloaded list of individuals, their names and their information that with a couple of simple clicks, I can just add them to my reservation and I don't have to enter in their details. So if you have any crews that are frequent travelers, you can go ahead and upload them as guests, and this will save you a lot of time when you're making reservations as it pre-populates their names and their contact details, etc. Now for the remaining 2 guests, I may not know who those guests are, so I can toggle them as guests unknown here, or I can set the remaining guests unknown using this button right here. However, if you do toggle any guests as unknown, please make sure that you update your reservation prior to check-in with your guests' details. I can also delete any guests or delete any rooms by clicking on this button right here, or I can add in a guest or a room using this button here. Now that I've included all of my guest details, I'm ready to continue on to the next step, and I can just go ahead and click down here. Now I am taken to our scheduling tool. Now our scheduling tool allows us to make complicated bookings more simple with a couple of clicks, and I'll show you what that looks like. So let's assume that the crew that I have going up to Fox Creek, they don't work Saturdays and Sundays, so I don't need to provide them accommodations for those days. With a couple of simple clicks, I can make that adjustment to everyone's schedule like so. And now let's say that some of my crew members have more personalized schedules. They have certain days on and off, and I need to accommodate for that in my reservation. So I can just toggle in their schedules like so. And rather than having to make multiple different reservations, I can do all of that with a couple of simple clicks, saving my dispatchers time and money when making these complicated crew accommodations. Now that I've set the schedule, I can go ahead and move on to my next step, which is the payment method. I have the option to pay by 2 ways, one being LodgeLink credit or LodgeLink charge account, and to do that, we use cost tracking codes. A cost tracking code is essentially just a code that allows me to tag any accommodation payments up to. So for example, a lot of organizations, if they have a specific job, they will create a cost tracking code with the job number so that anytime someone is making a reservation, they can just tag that reservation to that job number, and that job number will carry or include all of the accommodations for that specific job. As well, I can pay via credit card by clicking down here and just completing this form like so. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and click on cost tracking code, and I've preloaded a couple of my codes already. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this one and click continue. I am now taken to the confirmation page. Now, within the confirmation page, I am just asked to review all my reservation details. If I do want to make any amendments or changes, I can just go ahead and click on these buttons here, edit room details. I can change the payment method, and as well, I can edit the guest details. Now that I've confirmed all those details, the final step is just special requests. If I have any requests in regards to, let's say, non-smoking rooms or rooms with accessibility requirements, or let's say I have specific billing requirements, I can make note of those special requests down here. Now, I'm not actually going to go ahead and confirm this booking just because that's going to action my team on the back end to begin working on this reservation, but that, in a nutshell, wraps up the reservation flow of LodgeLink. Now what I want to show you is the dashboard. Now the dashboard is essentially like your home base. It's where you can access all the different parts of the website in one easy to use interface. I'm going to go ahead and click on organization settings. Now within the organization settings, I can make changes to my company details. If you do create a brand new LodgeLink account, please double check and make sure that you're updating your company details and adding your details accordingly. I can also take a look at the master service agreement here. And I mentioned earlier, with cost tracking codes, you need to apply for a LodgeLink credit application. To do that, you can just simply click here to complete a new application. Or if you've already completed an application and you want to increase your credit limit, you can also complete a new application here, or you can view your credit application history here. As well, within your organization, you might have numerous different dispatchers, numerous different users. This window right here allows you to manage all the different users within your organization. You can also toggle them different accesses depending on what you'd like them to do at this window as well. You can edit certain users as well as remove users. Now I'm just going to go back into my dashboard and click on the Bookings tab. Within the Bookings tab, I am able to see all of the different properties or accommodations that have been booked within my organization, assuming that I have the right permissions. Now in the Bookings tab, I can verify or make amendments to current bookings. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. I can click on View Booking Details, and I am now taken to what is similar to the confirmation page that we saw earlier, and I can edit the room details by clicking into here. I can change payment method by clicking into here, or I can edit guest lists guest details by clicking here. So if you ended up adding any guests that are unknown and you want to add in their names and their guest information details after the fact, you can do all of that right here. As well, I can update my special request at this page as well. I'm just going to go log back into my dashboard and click into the cost tracking codes tab. So as I mentioned, cost tracking codes just allow you to track different spend, whether you want to use an AFE number, a PAD number, a job combination, or any combination of those. I'm going to show you how to create a simple cost tracking code. Now, in the payment ID field, I just type in the cost code number. I'm just going to make one up for LodgeLink. And you can also nickname this one. I'm going to call Fox Creek Job. You can also set an expiry date if you'd like, so that at the end of a specific job or a specific project, anyone that was using that cost tracking code will no longer be able to book against it. Now that I've created this code, I'm just going to go ahead and click confirm. And there we go. You'll see my code is at the very last page just down here. I can also edit my code after the fact, or I can manage access to the code. Now this is one of the more powerful features of the new LodgeLink website. With cost tracking codes, you're actually able to share them across your organization and across other organizations. So in many cases, if you are working with subcontractors and you want your subcontractors to bill against your cost tracking codes, you can simply invite them to certain codes by clicking on this button here and completing this form. As well, you can add in organization members in your organization by clicking into this button here. Now I'm just going to go back into my dashboard and just click on the Manage Crew button. I mentioned earlier that you can preload crew lists so that when you are making reservations, you can simply just click into their names and their information will automatically be populated. You can add crew members by clicking into this button here and completing this form. As well, if you have an extensive list of crew members, you can send us that list and we can upload them on the back end on your behalf so that when you log back in, your crews will be uploaded for you. And finally, the last page is just your account settings. If you want to change your password, change your phone number, etc., all of that can be done right here. So that, in a nutshell, wraps up the new LodgeLink website. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask, and thanks for your time. Cheers.
Okay, thank you so much for walking us through the demo there, Jose. Now to do a quick platform recap for you guys. So as you've seen, we're here to increase your efficiency, save time and money, and we want to connect you to LodgeLink through any device, anywhere you may be on the go, so you can make reservations. Jose touched briefly on the user types. So this slide kind of illustrates those 4 types of users for LodgeLink. The first user is the organizational administrator. So the organizational administrator can invite users to join the organization, edit crew lists, they can assign, edit, remove roles and permissions from users within the organization, they can create and edit cost tracking codes, they can grant users outside of the organization access to specific cost tracking codes, they can complete credit applications and request credit application limit increases. They can also edit the organization details, which is the address, any change of billing, etc. The next persona is the booking administrator. So the booking administrator can make, edit, and cancel all reservations for everyone within their organization. They can view a dashboard to review upcoming and current reservations as well as past bookings. They can use crew lists, to make their reservation process a lot more smooth and easy, and they can also use cost tracking codes to make the reservation billable to the correct payment type. The next persona is the booking supervisor. The booking supervisor, if flagged, the contact information will be required. This information is used in the case of an emergency for contacting supervisors that are on each booking. The permission to make changes is also given to the booking supervisor, so they can make changes or edit any bookings that they are supervisors for. The last persona is the guest. The guest has no organizational access and they are just individuals on a reservation, so they only receive notifications from LodgeLink if their email was provided at the time of the reservation. Now we're going to touch a little bit on the cost tracking codes. So we touched briefly in the demo, and we will be having a subsequent webinar at a later date to go over in more details how the cost tracking codes are created and managed. The graphic here illustrates the relationship between the organizational administrator and the booking admin and the booking supervisor and guest that we just spoke about. At a high level, the cost tracking codes essentially determine which company will be paying for the accommodations. They improve visibility by allowing you to track spending against specific projects. They also reduce risk by allowing you to control who you can invite to bill against those codes. And if you set up the code correctly prior to making a reservation, the codes will ensure that you have accurate invoicing. Don't worry though, if you use the wrong code during a booking, you can always go back and update it prior to that guest checking out. Jose touched on crew lists, and we wanted to just emphasize, please take the time to set up your guests in a crew to save everyone in your organization time during the booking. Also, Jose mentioned, if you do have a large crew list, we are happy to upload it on the back end for you. So please just let us know. We want to save you time. So that kind of caps our new platform review, and we wanted to thank you guys for joining us. We will be hosting 2 more webinars in this series. One of them will be for the booking administrator's perspective. That includes changing, canceling, updating guest names or payment methods. And from an organizational administrator perspective, creating cost codes, inviting subcontractors to cost codes, and we want to review some tips and tricks to maximize your efficiency for your organization at that webinar as well. That concludes our presentation portion of the meeting. So if you have any questions or suggestions, we're happy to answer them at this time.
Great, thanks Carla and Jose. If you haven't already, please enter your questions in the chat and we'll address them. We've got a few questions in the chat already. The first one here is, what if you don't have hotels or anything in my area?
Yeah, that's a great question. If it is the case that you are working in a specific market and we haven't built out that market yet, if you let us know, we can work with our supplier manager and they will go after, if there's a specific property that you have in mind, they will work with you to try and get you those properties uploaded into LodgeLink.
Great. The next question is, can people still collect loyalty points?
Yes, you can. You can still collect loyalty points at the accommodation level. However, LodgeLink does not have a loyalty program at the moment, but it's certainly something that we can think about in the future.
Awesome. The next question is, what does a consolidated invoice look like?
Sure, yeah. Stephanie is just going to pull one up for us, and I'll show you the power of LodgeLink and how it can reduce numerous hotel folios or invoices into one simple folio. So as you can see here, these are all the hotel invoices. So many of you have probably seen these already and have had to work through the heaps and reams of these. It can be fairly time-consuming and extensive. However, with the LodgeLink platform, you have access or consolidate all of those folios into one simple to-read invoice. In this case, the past invoices that Stephanie was showing us was for approximately a week's worth of accommodations, and I think it was around 98 pages. That's all reduced into 3 simple pages, which is our invoice.
Awesome. If there are no more questions, I think we'll wrap it up here. You'll receive a follow-up email shortly with the recording for you to review again or share with a colleague. We'll also include the presentation there. We appreciate any feedback that you might have for future topics, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us. As Carla mentioned, we do have a couple more webinars. It would be really great if you could attend. The next one is next Wednesday, June 12th from 10 to 10:30 a.m. Mountain. And the following one is Wednesday, June 19th from 10 to 10:30 Mountain again. Alternatively, if you want a personalized demo, feel free to reach out to your customer success team. We've included their contact details here as well. And thank you again for attending our webinar on the new platform walkthrough, and enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.